When you think of motorcycles that scream American freedom, Harley-Davidson is the name that comes to mind. But something's changed. Harley's iron grip on the motorcycle world is slipping. Rival brands are surging ahead, and Harley's future hangs in the balance. Can it reclaim its legacy, or is it too late? The changing biker culture. The roar of a Harley-Davidson once symbolized the rebellious spirit, freedom on the open road, and the essence of rugged Americana. For decades, Harley was more than just a brand. It was an identity. The unmistakable rumble of a V-twin engine resonated with riders who saw themselves as part of a brotherhood, bound by chrome, leather, and the thrill of the highway. But in recent years, the landscape has shifted, and the culture that once revolved around Harley is evolving in unexpected ways. Today's biker culture is increasingly diverse, both in demographics and in taste. Younger riders, women, and urban commuters are becoming more prominent, pushing the classic image of the leather-clad, burly biker into the rearview mirror. These new riders are not necessarily drawn to the loud, heavy cruisers that Harley has traditionally championed. Instead, they prefer bikes that are lighter, more affordable, and suited for everyday use rather than long-haul journeys. This evolution reflects broader cultural changes. The new generation values practicality, efficiency, and modernity, traits not typically associated with Harley-Davidson. Brands like Honda and Yamaha are thriving in this space, offering bikes that are not only reliable but also technologically advanced and fuel-efficient. The growing popularity of adventure bikes and street-friendly models highlights a shift toward versatility. While Harley remains rooted in a nostalgic past, Harley has made attempts to appeal to younger audiences, but its efforts often come across as forced or disingenuous. The company's attempt to push the Street Series as an entry-level bike fell flat due to poor build quality and uninspiring performance. In contrast, models like the Honda Rebel have won over new riders with their affordability and easy handling. While Harley is still respected as an icon, many younger enthusiasts see it as a relic of their parents' or grandparents' era. This generational gap leaves the brand struggling to stay relevant, even as the motorcycling world changes around it. As Harley clings to its rugged roots, other brands are capitalizing on the changing tastes of modern riders. And just as Harley struggles to modernize, other brands are seizing the opportunity. The rise of affordable alternatives. For many motorcycle enthusiasts, the appeal of riding lies in the freedom and exhilaration it provides, not the brand stamped on the tank. In recent years, this mindset has fueled a wave of new riders who are more cost-conscious and less swayed by brand loyalty. As a result, brands like Honda, Indian, and Royal Enfield are thriving, offering reliable and affordable alternatives that undercut Harley's premium price tags. One of the most significant challengers to Harley's dominance is the Honda Rebel series. The Rebel lineup offers an entry-level experience that Harley once dominated but has since abandoned. With starting prices as low as $5,000 for the Rebel 300, Honda delivers a versatile, lightweight cruiser that appeals to both beginners and seasoned riders looking for a second bike. Its manageable power and low maintenance requirements make it an obvious choice for those who want the cruiser aesthetic without the financial burden. The Indian Scout is another formidable competitor. Priced significantly lower than comparable Harley models, the Scout offers a modern take on classic American styling, coupled with a powerful V-twin engine. Riders appreciate its agile handling and more approachable price point, making it a preferred choice for those looking to blend style with substance. Royal Enfield has also made its mark, particularly with its classic and Interceptor models. These bikes offer retro charm paired with modern reliability, all at a fraction of Harley's cost. As younger riders look for bikes that reflect their practical and economic concerns, Harley's premium pricing becomes a significant disadvantage. The surge in affordable alternatives is not just about cost, it's about value. Riders today want motorcycles that deliver performance, reliability, and style without requiring a second mortgage. Harley's focus on high-end touring bikes and heavyweight cruisers often puts it out of reach for those seeking everyday practicality. This gap leaves room for other brands to step in and capture the next generation of bikers. But it's not just the price. These bikes are redefining the riding experience. We put in the research to break down this point. If you appreciate well-researched insights like this, hit subscribe and stay tuned for more deep dives. Electric revolution. Where's Harley? The future of motorcycling is undeniably electric. As cities impose stricter emissions regulations and riders become more environmentally conscious, electric motorcycles are shifting from niche to mainstream. Yet Harley-Davidson, a brand that once set trends, now finds itself lagging behind. Harley's entry into the electric market, the Livewire, was supposed to revolutionize the brand's image. Instead, it became a cautionary tale of what happens when heritage clashes with innovation. Priced at nearly $30,000, the Livewire was a tough sell from the start. While the bike's performance was impressive, its high cost and limited range left riders unimpressed. Meanwhile, brands like Zero Motorcycles are gaining traction by offering practical electric bikes at more reasonable prices. Zero's models are known for their lightweight builds and impressive range, catering to urban commuters and eco-conscious riders. Even traditional manufacturers like BMW and Honda are rolling out electric prototypes aimed at making electric riding more accessible and affordable. Harley's hesitation to fully embrace electric innovation is partly rooted in fear of alienating its core customers. The iconic V-twin rumble doesn't translate to an electric hum, and purists view the shift as a betrayal. Yet by resisting this change, Harley risks missing out on an emerging market that younger, tech-savvy riders are increasingly drawn to. The backlash against the Livewire wasn't just about the bike itself, it was about what the bike represented. To many, it felt like Harley was trying to be something it's not, rather than fully committing to a new direction. As a result, riders turned to brands that seemed more genuinely invested in the future of electric mobility. And while Harley lags behind in technology, competitors are already miles ahead, a legacy holding them back. Harley-Davidson's identity is so deeply rooted in tradition that change seems almost impossible. While this unwavering loyalty to its past has endeared it to longtime fans, it has also become a significant barrier to progress. The company's commitment to the V-twin engine and heavyweight cruiser aesthetic keeps it grounded in an era that many new riders don't identify with. While other manufacturers are experimenting with lightweight, agile designs and modern tech, Harley remains anchored to its legacy. The problem isn't that Harley is maintaining tradition, it's that it's failing to innovate within that tradition. Instead of blending the old with the new, Harley is clinging too tightly to a specific image, one that increasingly feels outdated. This reluctance to evolve is evident in Harley's marketing as well. The brand continues to push a rugged, rebellious image, while failing to address the reality that modern riders are looking for something more versatile and approachable. As a result, Harley is increasingly seen as a brand that's stuck in the past, refusing to evolve with the times. If Harley hopes to stay relevant, it needs to find a way to honor its roots while appealing to a broader, more diverse audience. This could mean introducing modern interpretations of classic models or embracing new technologies without compromising the essence of the Harley experience. Just as Harley clings to the past, modern brands are setting new trends. Indian Scout, a modern take on a classic ride. If any brand can challenge Harley-Davidson on its own turf, it's Indian Motorcycles. The Indian Scout is the epitome of blending heritage with modernity, and it's a combination that's resonating with riders who once swore by Harley. The Scout line, reintroduced in 2015, has managed to rekindle the spirit of classic American motorcycles while embracing the technological advancements that make modern riding enjoyable and practical. The Scout's 1133 cubic centimeter V-twin engine packs an impressive punch, delivering both power and smoothness that Harley's mid-range bikes often struggle to match. And unlike some of Harley's more dated designs, the Scout manages to look both retro and sleek with its low-slung profile and aggressive stance. Indian has clearly prioritized performance and aesthetics, creating a cruiser that feels just as good to ride as it does to look at. One of the Scout's strongest points is its affordability compared to Harley's comparable models. Priced between $10,000 and $17,000, the Scout offers a premium riding experience without breaking the bank. This is particularly appealing to riders who want a piece of Americana without the premium price tag that Harley often demands. But it's not just the bike itself that's making waves, it's Indian's entire approach to customer service. Unlike Harley, which has seen its dealership culture grow increasingly corporate, Indian dealerships often feel more welcoming and community-focused. Riders report better support, more flexible financing options, and a willingness to accommodate both new and returning customers. In a market where brand loyalty is waning, Indian's approach is proving to be a winning formula. But while Indian redefines the American cruiser, another brand from halfway across the world is quietly building a loyal following. With its own twist on tradition, Royal Enfield, old school cool meets modern utility. Royal Enfield may not be the first name that comes to mind when thinking of Harley's competitors, but its retro aesthetic and affordable pricing are winning over a surprising number of riders. Known for its classic British styling, Royal Enfield has managed to maintain an old school charm while subtly integrating modern improvements that make their bikes reliable and accessible. Take the Royal Enfield Classic 350 for example. Priced between $4,000 and $5,000, it's a fraction of the cost of Harley's cheapest offerings, yet it delivers a riding experience that's both nostalgic and practical. The 350 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine may not boast Harley's raw power, but it's perfectly suited for urban commutes and relaxed cruising. Plus, with fuel efficiency hitting up to 90 miles per gallon, it's a smart choice in an era of rising gas prices. What makes Royal Enfield truly unique, however, is how it has positioned itself as the everyman's motorcycle. These bikes aren't about speed or luxury. They're about enjoying the ride. Riders appreciate the minimalistic maintenance and the simple engineering, which make the bikes both durable and easy to repair. The brand has cultivated a cult following, particularly among younger riders who want a classic look without the mechanical headaches. This philosophy is something Harley seems to have forgotten in its push toward modernization and electrification. While Harley chases innovation, Royal Enfield stays rooted in its identity, delivering reliable, affordable, and timeless machines. And while Royal Enfield proves that tradition can still be relevant, another luxury contender has set its sights on Harley's most elite models. BMW R18, luxury that Harley can't match. If there's one brand that knows how to mix luxury with heritage, it's BMW. The BMW R18 series is a bold statement, a nod to vintage motorcycle craftsmanship while showcasing modern German engineering. With a 1800 cubic centimeter air-cooled boxer engine, the R18 doesn't just sound formidable, it rides like a dream. The bike's smooth torque and responsive handling put it leagues ahead of Harley's touring models. The R18's starting price of around $15,000 may seem steep, but considering the premium features from its anti-lock braking system to the comfortable ergonomic design, it's actually a compelling value. Harley's comparable models often cost $20,000 or more without delivering the same refined ride quality. BMW's strategy is clear: appeal to riders who want the classic cruiser feel without sacrificing modern performance. The brand's ability to blend heritage aesthetics with cutting-edge technology sets it apart. While Harley attempts to compete with models like the Road Glide CVO, it often comes up short when compared to the R18's superior craftsmanship and attention to detail. And just when you think Harley might have a fighting chance, the reality becomes clear. Harley's own culture is beginning to fracture. Dealership despair, empty showrooms, and financial strain. As Harley-Davidson battles waning brand loyalty, the fallout is being felt acutely in its dealerships. Across the country, Harley showrooms that were once bustling with enthusiasts are now eerily quiet. The decline in foot traffic is not just anecdotal. Dealership owners are reporting a drastic drop in visitors, and the reasons are multifaceted. First, there's the issue of unsold inventory. As new models fail to excite younger buyers and older loyalists hesitate to invest in another Harley, dealerships are left with bikes they cannot move. Inventory sits on the showroom floor, depreciating in value while collecting dust. Financing these bikes becomes a financial burden, leading some dealerships to cut losses by offering steep discounts or even closing their doors altogether. The contrast with competitors is stark. Honda, Indian, and even Royal Enfield dealerships are reporting record sales. These brands offer a wide range of bikes that appeal to new riders and seasoned motorcyclists alike. Their success lies in variety: smaller, lighter bikes for entry-level riders and powerful, tech-savvy machines for enthusiasts. By comparison, Harley's product line feels narrow and outdated. The financial strain on dealerships is more than just an inconvenience. It's a crisis for entire communities. In many towns, Harley dealerships are long-standing institutions, employing mechanics, sales staff, and support personnel. When one closes, it leaves more than just bike enthusiasts in the lurch. It affects the local economy. Towns that once celebrated their Harley dealership as a landmark are now watching as the windows go dark and the doors lock for good. Dealership owners are caught in a bind. They need new models to attract fresh customers, but Harley's lineup is increasingly seen as outdated or overpriced. The few new bikes that do come in are often electric or premium models that cater to niche audiences, not the broader market that once fueled Harley's success. The problem is systemic. Dealership closures aren't just isolated cases. They signal a deeper issue with Harley's entire business strategy. Without a strong pipeline of desirable, affordable bikes, the brand risks losing its physical presence in many communities. As showrooms continue to shutter, Harley's once dominant retail network is beginning to look more like a scattered relic of the past. As dealerships shutter, Harley faces a deeper challenge: how to keep its legacy alive. Production woes, keeping up with the competition. One of Harley's most pressing issues is its inability to keep pace with evolving consumer demands. The company has long been synonymous with heavyweight cruisers, but as the market shifts toward lighter, more versatile machines, Harley has been slow to respond. In a world where innovation drives success, Harley's production strategy appears stuck in neutral. Take the electric motorcycle segment, for instance. While brands like BMW and Zero Motorcycles are pioneering affordable, reliable electric bikes, Harley's Livewire has struggled. High prices and limited range make it unappealing to younger, eco-conscious riders. Meanwhile, Honda's Rebel series and Yamaha's new electric concepts are proving that electric bikes can be both practical and exciting. Harley's traditional manufacturing process also presents challenges. Production delays and inefficiencies mean that new models take too long to reach dealerships. While competitors push out fresh designs annually, Harley's offerings seem stagnant. Supply chain disruptions have only exacerbated these issues, leaving showrooms devoid of the latest models just when they are most needed. Moreover, Harley's reluctance to produce more affordable entry-level bikes continues to alienate potential buyers. The lack of a modern, beginner-friendly lineup means that young riders look elsewhere from the start. Brands like Royal Enfield capitalize on this gap by offering reliable, stylish, and budget-friendly models that appeal to new riders. If Harley does not address these production and innovation gaps, it risks becoming a relic of a bygone era, reviving the spirit. Can nostalgia save Harley? Is it time for Harley to embrace its past without being stuck in it? For decades, Harley-Davidson has been synonymous with the spirit of freedom, rebellion, and rugged Americana. The growl of a Harley engine has echoed through countless highways and city streets, symbolizing a way of life as much as a mode of transportation. However, in recent years, Harley's identity has felt increasingly fragmented. The brand that once captured the soul of motorcycle enthusiasts now faces a stark question: can looking back save its future? Reviving classic models with a modern twist could be the lifeline Harley desperately needs. Brands like Indian and Triumph have successfully leveraged their heritage by reintroducing vintage models that seamlessly blend old-school charm with contemporary technology. For instance, Indian's Scout series and Triumph's Bonneville line have captivated both nostalgic riders and modern enthusiasts. Harley has a rich archive of iconic bikes, from the Knucklehead to the Panhead. Revamping these classics with updated engines, fuel efficiency, and safety features might reignite the passion of loyalists while drawing new customers into the fold. However, nostalgia is a double-edged sword. While it can generate buzz and excitement, it can also trap a brand in the past. The key for Harley is to find a balance, honoring its legacy without appearing outdated. The brand must appeal to younger riders who crave both tradition and innovation. The recent release of the Harley-Davidson Pan America, a bold entry into the adventure bike segment, shows that Harley can still take risks. But will it be enough to reconnect with the core values that made the brand legendary in the first place? One major challenge is the perception gap between what Harley represents and what younger riders seek. Today's motorcycle enthusiasts are often looking for versatility, fuel efficiency, and a modern aesthetic. Harley's heavier, more traditional models don't always fit that mold. Bridging this gap requires more than just retro styling. It demands thoughtful integration of modern technology without sacrificing the raw, rebellious essence that makes a Harley, well, a Harley. But even if nostalgia works, it's only part of the solution. Harley must also navigate the tricky terrain of modern motorcycling expectations. Innovation or tradition, the ultimate dilemma. If Harley doesn't innovate, will it just become a relic of the past? As the motorcycle industry rapidly evolves, Harley-Davidson finds itself at a crossroads. Should it stick to the tried-and-true formula of heavy, loud cruisers that embody American freedom, or should it embrace electric technology and more lightweight models to appeal to new riders? Balancing tradition and modernity is no small feat, and Harley must find a way to innovate without alienating its loyal customer base. One of the most contentious issues is Harley's foray into electric motorcycles. The Livewire was an ambitious attempt to capture the growing electric market, but the high price and limited range made it a tough sell. Electric bikes are undoubtedly the future for urban commuters and eco-conscious riders, but Harley's core audience often sees them as betraying the brand's rugged image. Meanwhile, competitors like Zero Motorcycles and even BMW are producing electric models that don't feel disconnected from their respective brands' identities. However, innovation doesn't just mean going electric. It also means optimizing existing technologies to improve performance and reliability. Harley's Milwaukee 8 engine was a solid step forward, but it hasn't addressed the bigger issue of appeal. Younger riders want bikes that are agile, lightweight, and tech-savvy, while Harley's cruisers remain heavy and somewhat cumbersome. Integrating advanced rider assistance systems, smartphone connectivity, and modular customization options could make Harley's classic models more relevant without discarding their traditional charm. The risk of innovation is that it can dilute a brand's identity. Harley must be cautious not to become just another motorcycle manufacturer trying to keep up with trends. The challenge lies in innovating in a way that feels authentically Harley. Perhaps the answer is not a complete overhaul, but rather incremental improvements that respect heritage while subtly modernizing the experience. But even if Harley bets on innovation, can it really reclaim its throne? Reconnecting with the community, Harley's forgotten foundation. The key to Harley's survival might just be in its oldest tradition, community. Harley-Davidson's legacy is not just built on its machines, but on the passionate, tight-knit community of riders who wear the brand like a badge of honor. However, in recent years, that sense of community has begun to fracture. Dealership closures, rising bike costs, and a perceived shift away from core values have left many longtime riders feeling abandoned. Rebuilding this sense of community could be Harley's most important step toward revival. One way to achieve this is by reinvesting in local dealerships and making them community hubs once again. These dealerships were once the lifeblood of Harley culture, places where riders gathered, shared stories, and built lifelong friendships. Hosting local events, bike shows, and charity rides could reignite the camaraderie that originally fueled Harley's growth. Additionally, forming partnerships with independent garages and riding clubs could bridge the gap between corporate strategy and grassroots loyalty. Social media can also be a powerful tool for community building, but it must be used authentically. Instead of generic marketing campaigns, Harley could feature real riders sharing their stories, showcasing how their bikes are an integral part of their lives. Celebrating diversity within the riding community, welcoming younger riders, women, and international enthusiasts would reflect a brand that values inclusion without abandoning tradition. Yet even community support won't matter if Harley can't adapt to a changing market. Building bridges with its fan base is vital, but how will Harley's final hurdle, charting a path forward that blends innovation with tradition? The road to redemption, a last chance for Harley. If Harley doesn't change now, it may never recover. The brand's current trajectory has sparked debates among industry experts and riders alike. Is Harley simply too set in its ways to adapt? To survive, Harley must take decisive steps to address both its product lineup and its relationship with customers. First, Harley needs to rethink its pricing strategy. The current lineup caters primarily to affluent riders, leaving younger, budget-conscious bikers out in the cold. Introducing a series of affordable, mid-sized bikes that still carry Harley's iconic look could draw in a new generation. Competitors like Honda and Royal Enfield have succeeded with models that appeal to both new and experienced riders at a fraction of Harley's price. Additionally, Harley should capitalize on its brand loyalty by offering incentives for longtime customers. Extended warranties, loyalty discounts, and exclusive events could rekindle the passion that once made Harley an unassailable force. Another crucial aspect is product diversification, expanding the electric lineup with practical, affordable models rather than just high-end electric cruisers. Finally, Harley needs to embrace collaboration, working with other manufacturers to develop hybrid models or to co-brand special editions could broaden appeal without sacrificing the Harley identity. The brand's legacy is strong enough to withstand experimentation, as long as it remains true to its core values of power, freedom, and American craftsmanship. The clock is ticking, and Harley has one last shot to prove it still belongs on the road. The journey to redemption won't be easy, but it's not too late for Harley to rev its engine and take the lead once again. Thanks for riding along with us. Do you think Harley can reclaim its legacy, or is it too late? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the motorcycle world, subscribe for more insightful content and industry breakdowns.